Welcome to Brawlhalla.
Godly and Fozey, they're coming off, I mean, they had a 3-0 loss against Blue and Macheeete. So going into this grand finals, they need to get a reset to win this. Or Blue and Macheeete just take it apart. Like, can they disrupt this anchor and flex gameplay that we're seeing from Godly and Fozey? Or they're going to lose out to this synergy we're seeing?
Now, would you argue with me if I said that Fozey might be the best 2v2 player in Global right now?
Global is definitely a very broad statement to make, but I think definitely in EU he's top 3 for sure. Like,
I'm thinking the mid-season invitation, right, that they went to. Fozey went there without his usual teammate, like he was teaming with Simple right there, and I believe they still had a top 4 finish, and they were looking incredible. Especially Fozey, he just kept dominating. Top 3 as well, yeah.
A bit of an interjection there, but yeah. Blue, no! How do you have that happen, Blue? Might just used to such a stage, but I mean immediately Fozey and Godly just getting so much work done against the red team. I mean, this is not what you'd expect looking at the fact that this team have come off a 3-0 loss against Fozey and Blue. You'd think they'd come in here sort of being a bit nervous, being a bit, you know, taking some L's, but they're coming here and just, I mean, doing work. As both blue team members do go out, red team are damaged here.
Blue and Macheeete are holding on quite well here. As you can see on the scoreboard, Godly Fozey have a small little L next to their name, while Blue and Macheeete have a little W to their name. That means currently Macheeete are on the winner's side of things, and they really want to end it here early, because if I'm them, I do not want to go to a reset with Godly Fozey with how dominant both of those players are. So Macheeete Blue are gonna probably give it their all here before the reset happens, but it's quite looking rough for them right now, as Godly Fozey just seem to dominantly pull ahead consistently as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Macheeete is really trying to play a sort of very like stylish scythe playstyle right here and sort of take these stocks really early. Blue is actually already really damaged on the second stock, and the blue team are going to try and get even more done. Ensig connects. Blue really in danger, manages to just about dodge the side C, but Godly looking to get an early knockout here. Side air connects, weapon throw as well, it connects, and Blue is gone as the blue team 4 stocks against 1 here. Macheeete is left alone, finds a side sig onto Godly, has Fozey to the side, double side sig! He's going to throw out a few more times.
That signature is quite good.
Double N-Light from Godly. Ignoring that stun from the weapon throw.
Fozey Godly just toying around a bit, throwing some signatures, not letting Macheeete have any chance here. Going into this, I've mentioned this before, Blue is usually the man with the control, but he struggled there quite a bit. I felt like Godly Fozey were well aware, after having played a set against them already, how important it is for the red team that Blue is in control, that Blue is a leader during these matches. And Fozey Godly are so aware of this, they're targeting him out, they're making it impossible for Blue to take control right here.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
I mean, absolutely, and dude, like, I think the red team's kind of stunned, right? Like, they've come off a 3-0 win against Godly and Fozey, and then coming into the grand finals, they got dominated at the start of that game, right? Like, that early momentum led to so much coming out of the blue team, and, I mean, right now they're not stopping as they just build up damage onto Macheeete. Macheete's in really dire straits here. Both blue team members trying to find, you know, any damage. A nice side sig coming out of Macheeete. Fozey off the side, Godly as well in danger. Fozey finds the grand finals with his own teammate, but Godly gets the chase dodge come back up. But what you said, like once again, like you said, Blue are playing there with a lot of control here, and we see that in how little damage he's taken. He's really sort of keeping his mind, you know, set on what's going on in terms of this match, and as both blue team members are really in danger right here. Macheeete goes for the Ensig. Godly DL recovery, doesn't manage to knock out just yet.
Blue looks like he pulled up his control panel this time, and he's got it this time. Macheeete sadly dropping the kill there with the D-Light recovery.
Oh no.
That could have been a kill confirmed. Dies for the drop, and Blue going down early. That was an early kill right there. I did not expect that to kill. Fozey Godly bringing this back quite well, considering how far ahead Macheeete Blue were at the start of this game. And now Fozey Godly are suddenly in the lead. But the game is evened out again. Macheeete Blue definitely looking for a quick 2v1 situation on Fozey right here. Not quite capitalizing off of that. Godly being back on the field, picking up his gauntlets, ready to blast them. But Macheeete Blue are so good at these quick follow-ups off of Lance Sightlight Nair. We have seen that time and time again during this tournament, how how consistent Macheeete Blue are at hitting that exact follow-up.
Dude, I have to respect the comeback being made by the red team right now as they're looking unfazed by the destruction they faced last game, right? Like, they got dominated and they're coming back and doing so much work here against the blue team, and it shows a really, really tough, consistent mental, right? Like, you've got to consider how they've got to be feeling after a loss like that. And despite that loss, they are still, you know, coming in here and coming back swinging. And Godly is already really close to losing the second stock, but so are both red team members. There goes the side air knocking Godly out. Can the red team find any extra value onto Fozey's final stock here? Fozey finds the side air, committing his edge guard on Macheeete, finds a recovery, and that will still knock out off the top.
Blue staying alive. Oh my god, Blue really managing
How?
to stay alive there with the weapon throws, with the bow down air. He's did a great job at picking up his weapon there. But Macheeete in the 2v1 situation right now, just trying to stall out. You can tell he's just in the air, scared of Godly, not wanting to get it. But Fozey is in orange right now, mid-orange. Blue really tending to go after Fozey here, but Godly's just taking Macheeete off stage. Blue had to go there and help out Macheeete, even though he really wants to go after Fozey right now. Godly's just playing too dominantly towards Macheeete. He's getting PTSD from that last major grand final when Godly was just toying with Macheeete, and Blue just had to go there and help him out. But Macheeete looking extremely good with the lance right now, getting that quick creep, but still goes down. This is extremely winnable for Blue though. If he gets a quick kill on Fozey, he's very well capable of taking down the best 1v1 player in Europe.
Dude, Godly is just so quick. And there goes the end stage. Dude, Godly went for like that string weapon throw and immediately into that down, like GC down, like he's so practiced and consistent in this off stage that it's terrifying, man. Like, I can imagine the EU pro players having nightmares about how Godly plays off stage because it's just so quick and so practiced and consistent. Like, looking at that replay, he threw the weapon and immediately went for that D-Light, and Fozey was there to cover the high recovery and get that end-sig. And now looking at this scoreline, I mean, the red team needs to get a reverse 3 if they want to
yeah, now we've talked about this before, how Fozey and Godly both have this champion mentality, and really looking at it right now, Blue and Macheeete must be feeling like the challengers right here, even though they're on the winner side of things. Going up against the 2 champions of your region, you must always be in that challenger mindset and never be too comfortable with things. But right now, looking extremely good. Just keep sending Fozey and Godly off stage, but never gone off stage there.
Oh, that kills!
Right as I say that, Godly quick offstage finish on Macheeete. Right as I say they don't go off stage, and they're doing a great job of maintaining that neutral game.
Oh, he jumped into
exactly
it!
That.
Yeah, and once again, Blue, the player who seems to have the most control over this game, right? Like, he was so aware of just what the blue team were going for, and he's actually, you know, he's the only player left on his first stock here, and he's still getting so much work done with this bow against a player like Godly. That is really, really impressive. He's catching all of these movement options, and Fozey is not there to save Godly. Godly gets knocked into the red on the second stock already, 1 minute and 10 seconds into this game, and the red team really seems to be waking up in this game number 3.
Now, something I want to point out, that even if Blue and Macheeete lose this game right here, the tournament is not over for them. But, as I pointed out before, Blue and Macheeete, I believe they do not want to go to a reset with Fozey Godly. So right now, they're giving it their all. This is their strongest struggle so far, and it's paying off really well, as Blue is still on his first stock somehow. 2 minutes into this game, and Macheeete is holding on quite well as well. Godly almost in kill percent. Fozey with the quick weapon throw ground pound finish on Blue, but he just has lost.
Dude, they have families, Fozey!
They have families indeed, but he does not care and has just evened out the stock count, but they still have quite a bit of a damage lead going on right now. If they get Godly out of here, it's looking quite rough for Fozey this game, but Godly just so dominant again offstage. Blue pulling out of that offstage situation, somehow staying alive, but Fozey taking Macheeete offstage. Does get out of there. It was looking quite scary. Once again, Macheeete getting taken offstage by Godly is just a repeated cycle of them trying to take Macheeete off stage, and Blue coming in there to save him and get him out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the synergy between both these teams is really, really massive and really, really consistent. Godly is, you know, knocked out, and Fozey left alone against both these red team members, and now he finds the Sair, but he really needs to get an early edge guard against Blue here. Blue doesn't manage to get back, and now it's up to Fozey to try and get Macheeete out of here while he's left alone, but Macheeete onto the scythe. We saw a lot of work done here by Macheeete in the Summer 1v1 tournament recently, and it's up to him to try and do some more. Blue now back on the stage. Team combos coming out by the red team. Can they take this game and reject that reset at least once against the blue team? Fozey off the side, him tries to go for the dare, but he's actually out of here. Blue left alone against Fozey.
Now, if I had to name one player in this region that I do not want to be in this situation against, it's probably Blue. With how much control he has over the game, with how calm he plays at all times, it is quite rough to bring back a lead such as this one back against him.
I mean, yeah, Blue has that like that VR headset, that analysis headset on to just see exactly what you're doing and gain so much control. And I mean, Fozey needs to find some unanswered damage here against Blue if he wants to get this win. And right now, I mean, it's not 2-1, so the recovery comes out, and that is going to do it. Blue securing the game for his team on winner's side, rejecting that reset. And now that, I mean, if you're the red team, you're hoping that's the start of a reverse 3, right? If you're the blue team, you're thinking, okay, one game, that's fine. We win one more, we get reset, we win. Because like you said, Fozey and Godly are two players that have that champion mentality. Meanwhile, Blue and Macheeete are coming in here thinking like, okay, we're in grands, we're winner's side, we're beating the champions, we're the underdogs, and we gotta secure it.
Now, with how quick we went right into the map bans, like there was no hesitation, we went right back into it. There was no consideration of character switching, no nothing. I believe both sides are feeling quite confident here right now that they can do this, that they can win this next game, and there's probably gonna be barely any changes in their game plan as of currently, as we see Blue just taking that stage control back with his bow, getting taken off stage there quickly by Fozey and Godly, not being able to confirm of that. Godly unfortunately hitting Fozey, letting Blue get back to stage. Macheeete kind of chilling in the back, trying to support Blue as much as he can, getting team combat a little bit there, not able to extend because Blue is back there. Blue is the blood hunt right now. He's trying to get these guys out of the game.
Do you want to notice how like aware of everything these players are? Like there was a double end light done by blue team, and immediately the red team member caught in that combo was aware like, okay, I got a DI. I'm gonna get the DI. He got the DI, and that secured his safety. And now the red team taking both blue team members' stocks really quickly. Fozey playing safe at the side here. Godly gets back, grabs the axe, pushing Macheeete out the side. Blue still like last game, the least damaged player finds the sidelight into the dare. Really comfortable off the side here, and now not actually afraid of being between both blue team members. You know, he's feeling, you know, he has the control, he has that awareness of what's going on, and Godly is already about to enter that run in that second stock, a minute and 10 into this game. And I mean, red team is sort of they've woken up, they've realized what they want to do to find these reversals against the blue team.
One thing I've really been noticing about the differences of these teams is Macheeete and Blue have always been going for these consistent and the same follow-ups over and over, like they're very fundamental follow-ups, nothing like too flashy going on, while Fozey and Godly just always seem to have something flashy, like some swerve, shout-out swerve type team combo in their bag. Like, they're ready to pull a clip for the stream and keep this going. Macheeete going down there quite quickly, but it's really even right now, considering that Blue has a slight damage to Fozey. This is open to both sides to win right as of currently.
Yeah, I mean, the blue team needs to get Blue out of here because, I mean, he's the player who's sort of holding onto the stocks the best on the red team, and Fozey does find that side stick. Bit of a team combo coming in here, finds the dare, Enlight as well. Oh, the DI managed to keep Macheeete safe, but Macheeete is already about to enter that red, despite getting out of that combo. So much value was found by the blue team, but as I say that Blue keeping Godly off the side, Godly manages to make it back, but like you said, Godly has so much control here. Sorry, Blue has so much control here against Godly, and
now this is a rough situation. They're basically on the same sides of the coin right now, but Macheeete has a bit of a bleak mirror, and it's rough. Blue is on the 2v1. If Blue does not clutch this 1v2, it's going to a reset, and I believe that's the thing Blue wants the least. But it is incredibly rough to win a 1v2 against Godly and Fozey.
Absolutely, I mean, here comes the follow-up, the side stick. Oh, tries to go for the recovery, doesn't manage to find it, but still that's so much damage. Blue is in major danger against these Gauntlet 6. The D6 connects, and that is going to do it. We are getting a bracket reset. Godly and Fozey taking it 3-1 over Blue and Macheeete, and now Blue and Macheeete have got to be thinking, right? They've got to be like focusing on what can we do? How do we respond to this incredible aggression? Because they've been trying to play really safe when they're left alone, but Godly and Fozey have been doing such a good job at keeping them on their toes, staying in their face, and Blue and Macheeete really need an answer, and I suppose that answer it really isn't a legend swap, because both red team members sticking with their picks and going into this reset, I feel like they need a mental change. They need a change in how they're approaching this game. Otherwise, I mean, blue team's been kind of
I believe Blue and Macheeete have been in a solid mental set so far, actually, considering how they got destroyed in game 1, and ever since they've just been gradually closing up on Godly Fozey, even taking a game off with them so far. We might be seeing quite some adaptation from Blue Macheeete here gradually over time, as they seem to be getting better and better against Fozey Godly. This is almost like a sparring session where you play against a player that's roughly on the same level as you, but you're like slowly adapting to him and figure out his gimmicks and whatnot. But as I say that, Fozey Godly get the KO on both Blue and Macheeete, getting quite the dominant lead here. This is nothing that's impossible for Blue and Macheeete to come back from, but it is quite a decent lead for Fozey Godly to get right here.
Yeah, Goldie was also on the side there, gets hit by the side stick Macheeete, but Fozey is just looking so comfortable, not afraid to just throw out the sleeves on the side and just try and stay alive here as Goldie gets back in, D-like ground pound, Fozey following up with his own ground pound, and now Blue is out of it so quickly. I mean, Blue has gone from the player who was sort of living the longest to now being the player who's gone down to his final stock first, 1 minute and 10 into this game, and Godly not being afraid to just stay all over Blue as Fozey goes down to his second stock finally, and Godly is still relatively healthy here, still more healthy than either red team members, but Blue, nice bit of bow gameplay here. Godly is just so good at these target swaps though.
Now, Blue being the first one to be on his last stock is something we haven't seen since game 1 of the previous set. It is quite the rare sight, but we might be seeing a repeat of the first set right here. And maybe that is just what Fozey Godly are looking for. They're getting the quick damage on Blue right here, almost getting the kill confirm on Macheeete. It's looking quite rough for Team Red right now, but Blue, as per usual, staying calm, staying in control. The mental fortitude of this man is probably the most incredible thing.
Oh no, Blue! That's not what you want to see. The team knock out onto Macheeete with the sword side sig, and now blue team has a major advantage. If they can get rid of blue, they're in a 2v1 against each other. Once again, the side sig comes out. All stocks equalized, but damage certainly not in the red team's favor as Fozey, you know, commits hard off the side with their katars and not afraid to just, you know, get in and try and get as much damage as possible. Not afraid of the red team whatsoever. Blue, nice aerial gameplay with that bow, keeping Godly in the air.
Blue, as of currently, playing a lot more aggressive than you would think from a guy on his last stock.
Fozey in trouble.
And going in quite a bit there, does not hit the down air. Well spaced, but Fozey perfectly sending him off stage. This is looking like a good situation for Team Red. Does not quite confirm it there, but massive damage. Sending Fozey off stage again.
How are they equalizing this?
Is popping off. Blue's playing incredible. This is
no.
still Godly.
Oh
my god! Ah!
Dude, Blue's so close to being one more recovery. We'll do it till recovery does it, and Godly!
I have no words. I have no words.
Dude,
Godly is just on and up. This is
Godly is Godly. Godly is Godly. I mean, that's all you can really say about that. Like, his teammate out, and he takes a opponent who is on yellow straight off the top with an insane read on those gauntlets, gets the exhausted recovery KO, and immediately just converts and takes the other stock. Godly looking so comfortable here and taking those insanely consistent stocks despite not having his teammate to cover.
I mean, that is just completely unexpected. It was looking so assured for Blue and Macheeete. I was so confident they were going to pull that game. And then Macheeete, who was still in orange, just gets hit by a gauntlet string by Godly, and it's just gone.
And dude, Godly immediately popping off with his axe. I mean, axe is a weapon that can get so much damage so quickly, which is a very hard hitting weapon. And in a game mode like 2's, it's so, you know, it's at home right here because it has, you know, those insane recovery options. It has so many active frames of all of its moves. It has so much time to find those follow-ups, and you see it there on the exhausted recovery onto Blue. Fozey off the side gets Macheeete, despite, I feel like that was a mispick on Macheeete. Macheeete definitely, you know, he had what he needed to get back, and he was just, you know, psyched out by that edge guard by Fozey, and now once again, blue team taking a small lead here. Fozey doesn't find the recovery onto blue. Can blue team get rid of blue quickly? But it doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm cheering for Blue Macheeete. First of all, Macheeete is my clanmate. That's my boy. We talk about anime and whatnot, okay, from time to time.
No.
And I really want my boy Macheeete to win this game right here, but I cannot dismiss how good Godly and Fozey are at this game mode.
Oh, I mean, you say that, but...
Yeah? He used to be, yes. He's also the reason why Macheeete joined us. Which I'm also like...
Oh,
I
man.
talk to Fozey quite a bit, but yeah. Macheeete, clanmate is favoritism.
A little bit of caster bias going on here, but I mean, I can't lie. I've also got a little bit going on my end because, you know, I mean, this is the first time in forever we've seen an EU player, a UK player, sorry, just get so much work done. And British doing work, and Godly is really, you know, solidifying that as, I mean, he's the most damaged player on the blue team, but the blue team is looking so confident here as they get rid of blue, and are both going for an edge guard on Twitch. Fozey's in trouble, exhausts his options, but he manages to get back with the dodge.
It's surprisingly simple. I cannot count. I can probably not even count on one hand the amount of times I've seen sidelight, GC sidelight on Macheeete. That is the reason Macheeete died in the last game, and just it happened to finish off blue. It just keeps happening. I don't know what the dodge pattern is for them, but evening it out quite well here. Macheeete blue still in this.
He gets through!
Right now, and Godly is just Godly on movement.
I'm so surprised he managed to get through that double edge guard there. Like, he weaved through both red team players, managed to get back up and grab a weapon without being punished hard, and that's... Like, the movement you need for that is insane. But speaking of that, Macheeete does find the dodge catch onto Godly. Both teams now actually locked in contention in terms of damage leads, and Godly getting great damage onto blue. Fozey, the most healthy player on the board right now. He gets hit by the sidelight, and Godly is trying to play a little passive, avoid getting punished for trying to hold on to his teammate's safety right here. Sider comes out from blue. One coming out of Godly as well. Macheeete off the side in trouble. Fozey not going to punish, but blue in the meantime gets rid of Godly.
We have another 2v1 situation here. If Fozey clutches this, just...
Oh, the Sider comes out.
We're going to a 1-1. This set ain't over yet, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing a competition right here between Blue Macheeete, Fozey, Godly. This is a head-to-head fight. No one's given an edge, and we're seeing a character switch from Fozey as of currently to the Zariel, which we have seen on multiple occasions previously in this tournament. And as we have seen, Godly Fozey get the most follow-ups when they're on this team comp. Godly has been getting an insane amount of follow-ups off of Zariel signatures, which I gotta say is incredible, because having played with the Zariel in 2v2 before, that is really rough to time. If you're not experienced with that, you're probably not getting any.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen Fozey play that Zariel before, and I mean, bow gauntlets, definitely not a weapon combination that you can sort of sleep on, right? I feel like we don't see that much Zariel in either ones or twos, and it's got to be down to those stats. I mean, the SIGs are insane, as we see right there with Godly finding that side air follow-up, but actually started option with the side, manages to make it back, but blue is keeping on his toes here. And Fozey making such good use of those SIGs.
With how much momentum and movement these Zariel signatures have, with
oh no, Godly!
Away, it's really the perfect setup to send your opponents off stage. And as we've seen so far, Fozey, Godly are just more confident off stage than Blue Macheeete are. Blue Macheeete seem to have a bit of an edge on stage, while Fozey, Godly always get those great kill confirms when they're off stage.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't actually think this legend swap is like something to be, you know, worried about from Fozey, because it's doing work. Like it's getting work done. Godly punishing that, punishing the punish really. Ops, follow-ups coming out.
What were they talking about with the Zariel?
Yeah, Fozey doing work with it right now. Godly committing hard with that DC, doesn't get punished by it, but red team really looking not very good here as the DC comes out. Macheeete onto his final stock. Godly there for the follow-ups. Both team members of the blue team going for insane damage. Blue.
Just incredible. This is a whole nother game we're watching right now. Fozey, Godly are just a completely different team all of a sudden because of how much team play there is going on out of nowhere. I can see why Macheeete Blue would have such a struggle adapting to this right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Blue is, you know, he's in danger. He's entering that red damage. He's entering a state where he could be knocked out. But I mean, it doesn't really matter if Godly is on the scene because he can get rid of Macheeete quickly if he finds a couple of reads on those gauntlets, which you've seen before, and he was going for it. Macheeete nice bit of scythe gameplay onto Fozey. Fozey on that bow right now. Goes to the ground pound, doesn't manage to find it. Recovery lands onto Macheeete. Macheeete really to try and survive here against the blue team if he wants to keep his teammates safe, but can't really stay safe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, have you ever thought about going, like, pursuing a rap career?
It happens, man. It happens when things are going quickly. And speaking of going quickly, the blue team getting an insane team combo off the blue right now. I think that's the low match social decide sig, but the blue team really has everything to work with right now.
The team play this game from Vodhalla has just been incredible. Even look at that. They're on the exact same animation. They're up to sync. They're playing together. They're doing all of this together. I don't think we're seeing any character picks as of right now as well. I believe the game plan here was for Fozey and Godly to throw Macheeete Blue off, get a quick game, and then maybe duke it out in the 4th game. But Macheeete Blue, just this entire grand final, seem to have been sticking to the same game plan, which is adapting. And they've been doing a great job at that every time. And I believe Godly needs a quick break here, quick wait.
Yeah.
We're gonna reset this game. You can switch over to the caster scene real quick space. To watch them jump off. So, as I've been saying, Blue Macheeete seem to have this real gameplay going on of just adapting to their opponents instead of switching up characters, trying new stuff. They just really keep it up and stay like, yeah, this is what we're comfortable on, this is our comfy pick, and we're gonna rock with this until we figure out how to do things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just that single swap over by Fozey onto that Zariel changed so much, right? Like, Fozey's been playing legends that aren't like commonly seen in 2s this entire time. I mean, Caspian, not a common pick. Zariel, not a common pick at all. And now Macheeete and Blue are
Queen Nai in grand final.
But yeah, Macheeete and Blue are really in danger here because they don't want to let this go, right? But they are down against the blue team here, and Godly is committing hard against Blue on the side. Blue team currently has a small damage lead, but Blue doing a job with that sword endlight to sort of hit both blue team members, and now Fozey in a bit of trouble here, getting followed up against the red team, but Godly is looking really healthy. Silent recovery off the top take that Macheeete and Blue is done as well, and the blue team really looking comfortable right here.
Pulling ahead once again. They're really, as I've said before, great at taking those offstage KOs. As you might have seen, Blue was not even fully red yet on that one. He just got taken off stage by Fozey and it was over. Meanwhile, Macheeete got taken off the top by Godly. They're just really great at these aerial combats. While Macheeete and Blue are not getting to land as of right now. Massive damage below Macheeete.
Godly!
Blue off stage once again, and he's gone! He died in white! He's out! This is looking rough. This might be over for Macheeete Blue this game.
It really could be, because the blue team is just not slowing down. Blue finally finds a recovery, taking out Fozey, but I mean, they're still at such a massive disadvantage against the blue team, right? Like, they have to put out all the stops to try and equalize things, because if they don't, it is going to be over for them. They do have the blue team both on 2 stocks, the side sig, and the follow-ups as well. Godly did actually save
this gameplay. Macheeete was in black health. Just
oh, Blue's out.
Macheeete, unless the turn, he's
done, dude, and that is gonna do it. We have Godly and Fozey taking it 3-1 and winning out that match, dude. That was, man, I don't have words. Like, the moment Fozey swapped over to that Zariel pick, it just changed everything. The blue team looked so they were outclassing